Good morning and welcome to Breakfast with Ignite. Today we have a great show for you, and we are going to discuss again some questions from our community that we think that you're going to find very interesting. And Damon, what questions do we have today to talk about?
We had a lot of questions over the weekend. So some of them we're going to save for the next show, or the one after. We're going to try and introduce them at, I think, the timing for some of the questions, they're going to be more relevant at a different time. So to answer questions about certain platform functionality, etc., now will make more sense maybe in a few weeks' time when we've got the beta ready to go. We can actually maybe show you how the product works rather than actually just explain it to you. We do have some good questions though, so we're going to try and keep it down to about 4 or 5 if possible, having a full sheet of them. So let's just jump straight in. So the first question, we had similar questions actually, one from Alex and one from Steve regarding marketing. So Alex asked, do you have any specific plans with regards to marketing for when the platform launches? And Steve asks, is there a way of setting up a multi-level marketing scenario where people who refer other members gain profits off of their referrals performance rather than rewarding them for just a sign up, for example? So,
yeah, interesting.
With it?
Yeah, sure.
You jumping in?
I'll deal with the first part. Do we have any plans for marketing? Well, we know it's very important for everyone that we do some type of marketing to build awareness, because at the moment, I think the majority of the people that are familiar with Ignite are those who already participated in the crowd sale. So we do need to get new blood into the platform, and of course, we are thinking of ways we can do that. So one thing is for certain, we are not fans of spending lots of money on marketing. And what type of marketing do we not want to spend money on? Okay, so putting ads out on big popular websites and things like that, we know from our crowd sale that it just doesn't work. It didn't generate us really any profit or any contribution, all the ads we put on some very popular websites, although it might have helped with awareness.
Yeah.
I don't think it helped with us getting real contribution. So we are going to go for more viral marketing. Okay, so what is viral marketing? It's kind of what we're doing now. It's us staying more active on our own social communities and then encouraging our members to reach out into their own separate communities, which may not be invested into Ignite. So,
which is where the referral part comes in.
Exactly, which is where the referral part comes in. Also, we will be leveraging our relationships with various partners we're working with and different cells they're going to operate on Ignite, leveraging their communities and trying to get them into the Ignite ecosystem as well. So we have a couple of plans on how to do that. So first one is we had really great results from some YouTube videos that we did with box mining, for example. He really helped us to generate awareness in a new community. There's some other YouTube channels which again have really good potential to help us. So we're probably going to do more YouTube related marketing to try to generate awareness for the actual launch of the platform alongside.
Which is part of the reason why we're doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And do you want to elaborate on the referral thing?
Yeah. So just to add a little bit to what you said, people have been asking about what marketing efforts are going to be going into the platform launch. We can't forget that the platform launch everyone's referring to is the one we've said should be happening at the end of this month, which is it's a public beta. There's no real point in deploying funds in trying to acquire users for an unfinished product. That could probably do more harm than good, actually. So we will be having some sort of acquisition drive, but it'll be in the summer when our release candidate is ready to be let loose on the world. So in terms of referral marketing, yeah, it follows on from what you said, Chris. This kind of product, a community-based product, the idea of viral/organic growth is vital. It's key to this kind of product. One of my previous endeavors, I was heavily involved, as you know, as some of the guys will know, with what at the time was the world's largest online gaming affiliate.
Yeah. I
can tell you that the marketing budget for that company was incredibly small. There was no TV marketing. There was no banner advertising. There was none of that. That entire community of over 2 million members grew organically, and it grew virally. So there's a few tools in the toolbox that we can break out to try and encourage that kind of growth.
Yeah. It's all about the incentive, isn't it?
Exactly. So we are working on that. We had a similar question last week as well. We will release more details as to how that's going to work. I agree. I like Steve's idea of Steve's suggestion that there be some sort of incentive based on the quality of your referrals, not just on a CPA. So we have cost per acquisition basis. So we're not just paying you X amount per referral.
Yeah, that's one thing we don't want. We noticed that with the bounty, didn't we? That people just came on and joined Telegram and they didn't really add to the conversation. No. They were just there to help pick up tokens, and that's not what we want. No. We don't want ghost users who get some tokens and they never add value to our platform. We want to have.
We've always said that quality is more important than quantity.
So I think Steve, very, very good question, and we are going to incorporate that into the end referral program. That it will be based on their performance. I'm not a fan of giving out rewards for someone who doesn't add any value.
Okay, so actually, Steve was on fire. So I've got another Steve question.
Oh, is there?
He gets 2 goes this week. In fact, actually, Steve, I'm going to combine 2 of your questions. So that you actually asked 3, but we'll do it in 2 goes.
Okay.
This is about the reputation engine again. So will the reputation engine be equipped with an appeal process that a user can try to defend or elaborate on a position/opinion? Steve goes on to say that he's thinking of something similar to a bad review on Google, whereby businesses have an opportunity to respond, or maybe TripAdvisor as well, same thing. The business owner has the chance to respond to a negative review. And then coupled with that, we'll do them together. He also asked, will the reputation engine start with training wheels in inverted commas, i.e. admin oversight, to make sure it's working properly? Let's deal with that one first, and then so the short answer for that second part of the question, Steve, is yes, absolutely. So we are building a system that we intend to run automated, hopefully within 3 to 6 months from the beta being launched at the end of this month. But yes, absolutely, it's crucial that until that point, we have human oversight on every step of the way. We want to make sure that the cogs in the machine are turning as they're supposed to turn.
Really, the idea is that the community is self-moderating.
Yeah.
And that kind of goes along with his first point as well.
So that goes back to the first point. Yeah, exactly.
So to answer the training wheels, of course we're gonna be there to help get the community going. But then the second part of his question is that the whole intention is that it becomes self-moderating, and so TripAdvisor and Google, allows the business to reply and say, oh, you gave me a really bad review, and usually people find a polite way to reply to try to give like a balanced opinion on whatever maybe happened at the hotel or something like that. Ignite doesn't really work that way.
No.
It has that kind of that functionality is built into the reputation engine. So if Damon left a really horrible comment about some sort of upcoming ICO, the ICO I expect probably will have a representative on the platform who can then state his opinion, and other users will not only rate the ICO's feedback along with Damon's feedback, and eventually it will kind of work itself out that if Damon's feedback was just totally useless, that his
pure FUD.
Yeah, it would just get removed from the system and not have any influence on the system. So in that sense, it's just ongoing.
Yeah. That being said, though, we are going to have a report abuse. There's going to be abuse reporting functionality on the platform because we want it to remain a place for healthy debate, but also polite debate. Any obvious attempts at shilling a bad project can be reported. Any reports of abuse will be reviewed by a moderator or an admin or.
Yeah, but the thing is that even if someone's doing that, they're actually harming themselves.
Of course,
they're going to kill their own reputation.
Absolutely.
So this is built into the software itself, that if you're shilling a bad project and trying to create hype, and you're doing it in a really kind of bad way, you're just going to have a horrible reputation. You're not going to have any influence on the platform. No one's going to see your comment, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So for us, the ideal position would be a completely self-regulated community. We'd like to think we wouldn't have to step in as moderators, as admins. It will happen from time to time, certainly as well as the community is growing and finding its feet. You guys have to learn what's acceptable and what isn't. But ultimately, Ignite should be a self-regulating space.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Next question from Jorge. Could you please explain the benefits of keeping IGNT versus IGNX?
That's an easy question.
Is there a reason to hodl the IGNT token if only one is required for membership in the Hive?
Very good question. Very good question. Okay, so it's very simple. IGNT is your access to the platform, and serves as a multiplier on your earnings. So if I had one IGNT on the platform, and I have a really great reputation and I'm really active, I'm not going to earn as much as a guy who has 10,000 IGNT on the platform who has the same reputation as I do. I mean, that's the easiest way for us to describe it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, if you're really putting a lot of time and effort and you have a good reputation, it would make sense to have more than one IGNT on the platform. Why? Because you'll make more money. As simple as that.
So IGNT works as a proof of commitment to the Ignite ratings platform, to the Ignite ecosystem. The way the software works, and I'll go into a little bit of detail here to help explain it, is you as a user associate your wallets with your account. You can have more than one. We appreciate some people have IGNT spread out over multiple wallets, but you have to confirm each one of those wallets via a microtransaction. When we're then in a position to pay out a reward, so i.e. when a trade has closed, our system works out at any given point in time how much IGNT was held in those wallets and aggregates, well, that averages out those holdings to serve as a proof of commitment to the Ignite ratings platform. So that's the reason to have IGNT. That's the reason not to have it even sat in. If you have it converted to IGNX but not actively trading it, it's not on an exchange, that'll actually do a disservice to you, because it won't actually then count towards your rewards calculations, because we're only looking at IGNT for that.
I think really, you know, the only reason to have IGNX is to
it's a transactional
sell.
token.
Yeah, so if you have tokens you want to sell, then you can swap it 1 to 100 for the tradable token, and then you can sell it on an exchange. Otherwise, keep it in IGNT.
And don't forget, I mean, from our point of view, it doesn't actually serve as a token to be sold. It serves as a token to be bought. It's an acquisition tool for us in terms of growing the hive, growing our community.
Exactly.
It's a way for people who missed out on the crowd sale to buy into the project. So I hope that answers your question, Jorge. And actually, that segues very nicely into, I think, what we're going to call our final question for today, which is from Yim, which is, will non-IGNT holders be able to access the platform to get a feeling for the hive's decision-making before buying IGNT tokens?
Mm-hmm. Well, indirectly, yes, because the whole intention of the platform is to make public ratings on ICOs and cryptos available on the Ignite website, which is free for everyone. So after a certain amount of ratings have taken place and we enter a position on a trade, then of course that means we have a rating. It means we have answered all the prerequisite questions, and we have enough information to go ahead and make a rating summary. Once we've made our trade and we've acquired our tokens for the index, we will shortly after that submit the ratings report and list it on the website. So the public in general will know what positions we've traded, why we decided to take those positions, and also they'll know why we have decided against certain positions, which is really the ultimate product of the ratings platform. I think everyone focuses so much on the earnings and how much they're going to make. That's really just the incentive. The ultimate product from Ignite is the rating summary.
Absolutely.
Which is a way for us to disrupt what we feel is a very flawed business model in the sense that ICOs pay to get a rating on some of these sites, and it doesn't really necessarily mean it's a good ICO or that you should invest in it or that you should be part of it. It just means that they paid a lot of money to someone to write them up. And we were overwhelmed with offers from various companies to provide that for our own ICO. And we just don't feel that that's a good way to. That's not what ratings are. That's just paid reviews.
Absolutely.
So of course you could test drive Ignite whenever you want. You just check out with our trading history. I guess that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely. So for today, these are our questions finished. We will continue with this series. I think we really enjoyed doing the last one. We've enjoyed doing today's one. We think it's a great way to keep you guys updated with what's going on, to answer the things you're thinking about. So keep the questions coming in. There's a Google form. I'll get our videographer to put the address in here to the Google form. Any other queries, info@igniteratings.com. Let's have an email address in there, please, Mr. Videographer.
And just want to point out that we don't want the video series just to be Damon and I answering questions that you guys might have. But that's an important part of it. But what we'd like to do is get some interviews with maybe people in our community or projects that you guys feel are interesting. We'd love to have on the TV screen here, someone from an ICO that you like. We could have potentially one of the founders, and we could have a discussion with them and get to learn more about the project. So these are the goals of the series. And any recommendations, just send it to that Google form that Damon set up, and we will think about it and see what we can do.